exciting show. MicCheckM.I.A. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click at the bottom, man. Leave us a suggestion, any type of comment. Let us know what we need to do next time. But hey, man, this is our sports edition, and we're here with my boy Jordan Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Former Tennessee Tech star, point guard, and Liberty County star as well in high school. So what's up, bro? What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I just been chilling, man. You know, working. You know, I still hoop every now and then, but other than that, I'm just growing up as a man, man. Been through the ropes of basketball and stuff, but right now I'm just chilling, man. Just working, really.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Now, I mean, like you said, you've been through the ropes of basketball.
Yeah.
So, this, like I say, man, this is our sports edition. We like to always spotlight guys that were stars in the area.
Yeah.
Went on to college, got you a degree, moved on and played sports, and got paid to do something that you love.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about a little bit just growing up in Hinesville first, playing basketball.
Yeah.
How did you get started really hooping?
Really, I had an older brother. Mm-hmm. My older brother, my older brother was always nice.
Mm-hmm.
When I was, he was 6 years older than me. I was probably like 7 or 8 when we first moved down here. And in middle school, he was scoring 40 points in middle school. My older brother was, you feel me? So I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That's my older brother. I got to keep that going.
Yeah.
So when we moved down here to Hinesville, we used to hoop on court too. And we'll hear everybody like, ooh. And we like, what's going on? And they'd be like, Weedy just dunked on somebody. Yeah. And that was my older brother.
Your older brother.
So my older brother had a little bit of clout, and I always wanted to follow my older brother. And as I grew older and I kept playing, I was winning a little bit of championships here and there for the recreation department. So I had a little buzz with the hooping. But it really started at Schumann. You know, at Schumann, you got to earn your respect. You can't be a nobody in there trying to run the gym. You got to be well known in there. You got to be a winner. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be a winner in there.
So coming up in Hinesville, man, I just hooped in every neighborhood, Eagles Landing, Summerwind, Raintree, all the neighborhoods growing up. And I kind of like earned my respect as a youngin, just winning and seeing older people like have respect for me as a young dude. So me growing up in Hinesville, it kind of like, you had to be tough, you know what I'm saying? And from there, I started falling in love with the game because I'm just competitive. Just being in Hinesville, period, it makes you competitive.
Yeah.
So I just fell through with that. I just fell in love with the game at a young age, like 9 or 10. Once I started winning, I kind of like carried it on, you know what I'm saying? So
so you can say your brother was your biggest influence when it came to basketball.
Yeah, as far as influence, it's like personally I knew him. There was also another guy named Philly. He was from Philadelphia. Like me, I'm a hesitation player. I play with a hezzy. But the dude from Philly, I used to look up to him and my brother. But Philly had a hezzy game, and that's like I bit part of his game because he was just a hezzy god, like freezing people. You feel me? So like I watched him, and like even like older guys, Antoine Peggins.
Yeah, I coach Antoine.
A dude named Dion that played at Bradwell. Dana, I looked up to a lot of people that played at Bradwell because that's where my family went. My cousin Vago, he played football there too though. So I was kind of like in the Bradwell eyes, I kind of looked up to a lot of people in that area. So I fell in love with it. But my older brother, he was he got kind of like distracted, like as far as like on the street life and stuff like that. He wasn't really got it the right way, but he had the talent.
Yeah, the talent.
And I was always looking up to my older brother. And every mistake that he made, like growing up, I try not to make them, you know what I'm saying?
He made it so you wouldn't have to.
Exactly. And he told me that sometimes. He'd be like, yo, Bird, man, I probably had to go through all that so that you wouldn't have to go through nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody ain't gonna make it, as they say.
Exactly. And that's real, man. Everybody can't make it, but everybody can learn from somebody.
Everybody can learn.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my brother, he definitely influenced me the most. Like growing up,
I actually know your brother, man.
My brother Weedy,
When I was the older cat in there hooping when he came in there, and he kind of idolized Kobe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And that's where like I kind of like started to fall in love with Kobe too though, cause like I used to see my brother, his mindset was like he had a killer instinct. He wanted to score on anybody. My brother a little bit more athletic than me, but yeah, he used to shoot the fade like Kobe, and he wanted to perfect his game, his craft and stuff like that. And as I got older and I started like gaining basketball intellect, like I started studying how Kobe is, and I got that from my brother, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my brother, he was definitely a huge influence on how I started hooping it, for sure.
Now when I first heard about it, because I coached around here for a long time, and when I came back from college, I coached with Ernie and I coached high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a long break, and when I started with my son, when I first heard about you, I believe you was leaving Bradwell, going to the local private school.
Oh yeah. That was a part of my journey on the hoop scene too. I was at Bradwell my freshman year, bro. It was rocky for me at first. Like I started varsity just to get there. Like it was a God bless the dead with Ernie. It was the summer before me going into my 9th grade year. I was outside of my neighborhood. I was just joking around playing with kids. Him and a dude named David Linderman that I played AAU with. They said, Johnson, you ain't at Bradwell summer camp? I'm like, nah, I don't even know what you're talking about. And the next day after that, they was going to University of Florida for a team camp.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the coaches hit me up like, yeah, Jordan, you can come. You don't got to pay for anything. So I played for the freshman team that summer. But the last game of that camp in Florida, I ended up playing varsity for like 10 minutes. And it was crazy for me because I was a freshman.
Yeah.
But time went on, and I ended up starting varsity my freshman year at Bradwell. I was kind of spooked a little bit. It was different for me. You know what I'm saying? Coming from middle school, playing 7 and 8 year old. I'm in 7th and 8th graders, going to playing against seniors who 18 years old.
Way more physical.
It was like a huge transition. That's when I really wanted to fall in love with the game because I ended up starting, and they had to beg me to shoot. I could shoot the ball, but they had to beg me to shoot. Like, Bird, why you not shooting? I was kind of nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
But as time went on, I kind of gained my confidence. I found myself as a basketball player. And I started scoring 20 against Savannah High, 25 against Grove as a freshman. So I was like kind of getting a little buzz around everybody in the city, not just from my friends and my family.
Yeah.
So I was kind of high on myself. I'm like a freshman. I'm scoring 20, you know what I'm saying, for Bradwell against Savannah schools. And I used to look up to people that went to Bradwell. So it kind of like worked hand in hand. And I was like, all right, if I really want to play basketball, I can really be good at it if I work hard at it. You know what I'm saying? And my sophomore year, Coach Woodard and a lot of the coaches, we had a lot of confusion, miscommunication and stuff like that. We changed coaches. Coach Jones was like one of the best people in my life at the time because my stepdad and my brother, they was incarcerated at the time. I didn't really have nobody to, hey, Jordan, do this, do that.
Yeah.
So Coach Jones, he was like, I was like a disciple to him, disciple to him. Like I was a sponge to everything he said. I always watched him. Yeah, Coach Jones is smart, so I always try to learn from him. But my sophomore year, he ended up leaving because he got in trouble. So Coach Woodard was the coach, and there was a lot of just chaos at Bradwell that year. So I ended up getting in trouble. I got kicked off the team, bro. I was crushed because basketball was all I knew, and I ended up getting cut from the team. Cause I didn't get cut, but they took me off. They kicked me off the team because of, you know what I'm saying, my attitude and stuff like that. So like you were saying, you heard me going to the private school. That's where I really changed as a person. Like I was always stubborn, cocky, this, that, and the third. When I went to private school, they keep God first there. That kind of changed me a lot. I was really reading my Bible a lot, and I didn't want to get kicked off the team. And Coach Jones, that coached me my freshman year at Bradwell, he transferred back to Hinesville my junior year. He called me like, Jordan, I'm coming back to Hinesville. So my junior year at First Presbyterian in private school, Coach Jones ended up coming there. And one of the coaches that I got into it at Bradwell with that kicked me off the team, he ended up transferring there too with me. But that was just a crazy sequence. And we ended up winning the state championship there at First Presbyterian. It changed me as a person, like a better person as far as my attitude, my mentality, the way, you know what I'm saying, I act, you know what I'm saying? So when I went to First Pres, it was kind of like life-changing for the better, even though I didn't want to be there. Because of like, I'm used to being at Bradwell, where everybody I know in the city, but I transferred to private school. I had some success there, and it made me a better person for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I mean, before we go on to your college career, I just wanted to say something right quick, man. You lived in Northgate, right?
No, I used to be out there though. One of my
I
homies
thought
named,
you lived in Northgate.
one of my homies named Carrot Top used to live out there.
You used to be out there all the time.
Yeah, I used to be in all the neighborhoods out there.
Yeah, because I used to hear your name with kids in Northgate.
Yeah.
See, because Northgate, when I was younger in this area, Northgate was like how can I say? That was the Schumann.
Yeah.
That was the Schumann.
Yeah.
We hooped from neighborhood to neighborhood, but that's where you went to prove yourself, because that's where all the high school and middle school players went at. Because, you know, the goals was, one was high, one was low, so you could dunk on this side, and then it was just a bunch of kids, all the kids. So it was that place you had to prove yourself at, other than Newman.
Yeah. I used to, we used to hoop in, I used to live in Summer Wind, but when I moved to Mills Creek, we used to go to Northgate and Mission Ridge a lot, and used to hoop over there, so yeah. I'm pretty sure you probably heard about me over there.
'Cause I used to live out there. I knew some kids that stayed out there, and so I thought you lived out there.
Oh yeah, nah. But I was everywhere though. Like that's what I'm saying. When I was young, coming up in Hinesville, bro, me and my homies used to get on bikes and we used to go from Glen Bryant to Eagles Land and Summerwind, wherever it was at. We was just hooping. You know what I'm saying? You know. So yeah, you probably did hear about me out there though.
So you win a state championship, and after you win a state championship, you end up playing JUCO ball.
Yeah.
You end up playing JUCO ball. One thing that I noticed, because my son also played there.
Yeah.
When I walked in the gym, like, hold on, man. This Jordan Johnson arena up in there, man.
Yeah.
like you the guy.
You talking about that East Georgia?
Yeah, East
Georgia.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
led them to what? I guess that was like the only championship.
Yeah.
And they actually went to the championship last year, but they lost.
Yeah.
But that was the only championship, and you scored so many points, and you was just a monster out there.
Man, that was probably the best time of my life, man. My story about East Georgia. Coming out of high school, I was dedicated. I was grinding. I was always locked in. I wanted that urge because I played in private school. The competition ain't that much heavy.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to prove myself. Like, bro, I could play with anybody. Wherever public school, wherever prep school, I could play against anybody. So, Coach Bailey, the coach at East Georgia, he didn't even come watch me play my senior year. He recruited me just off word of mouth. Like, so many people were saying, like, Bird got game, he could do this, that, and the third. So he just told my high school coach, like, yeah, we're going to take Jordan. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as soon as I graduated from First Pres, the second day after I graduated, I went to summer school at East Georgia. Mm-hmm. And from there on, I just started locking in. Mm-hmm. I started summer school like 2 days after I graduated, and we had training, we had workouts every day. Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted. I needed that in my life because I was trying to prove to everybody, like, I'm good, but can't nobody really see me because I was at First Presbyterian.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that kind of like fed my hunger a little bit. So Coach Bailey, he really believed in me for some odd reason. He just really liked the way I approached the game, my work ethic and stuff like that. So my freshman year, it was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting to start, but I ended up starting, and they were labeling me as one of probably the best point guard in the conference my freshman year. I probably averaged like 12 and like 5. But I used to tell my mom, like, hey, Mom, I could really take over this. Like, I really, like, this ain't really nothing. But me being a freshman, like, JUCO, you just got sophomores and freshmen. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, maybe next year I can really, like, show people, like, how much I can really be good in this game. Yeah. So the craziest stuff happened my sophomore year. Everything was just in line for me to just prosper in life with basketball. Like, I've been through so much, and I didn't complain. Mm-hmm. I just worked hard. So one of my best friends named Trayshawn Haygood, he ended up playing Division I at FAMU, but he got into a little problem at FAMU. Yeah. So he called me like, hey, Bird, I need a school to go to. So I told Coach Bailey, like, hey, yo, I got a Division I friend. He played at FAMU. He trying to transfer. Mm-hmm. So my friend Trayshawn that I grew up with since I was like maybe 13, he ended up coming to college with me. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing with one of my homies named DJ Felder. Mm-hmm. DJ Felder, he went to First Pres with me. He went to Broward with me too. His school got shut down. Like, they was recruiting me out of First Pres too, but I ain't really buzzing to it because I was like, I wasn't feeling the head coach. But they school ended up getting shut down going into his sophomore year. And DJ 6'7". I'm like, yo, coach, I got another one of my homies. Yo, we can use him at the East, you feel me? So he like, DJ ain't have to work out, try out, none of that. Him or Trey, they got on the team off the strength of me. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're my brothers, I got love for them. We trying to eat.
I didn't even know DJ played over there.
Yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy how all that stuff worked out. But not only DJ, another dude named John Blair, he was in the military, but he got out. I ended up telling Coach Bailey about him. He's from Hinesville. He went to East Georgia with us. A dude named Jay Watt from Hinesville, he was there with us. So we had like 7 people from Hinesville on East Georgia team. So I really felt like it was family my sophomore year. Yeah. And Coach Bailey gave me the key to the team. Like, I was a leader. Like, I'm a natural leader. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to follow nobody. I feel like my mind is strong enough to where I could do my own thing. I ain't got to follow the crowd to be successful. You feel me? Yeah. So I told my homies, like, hey, look, if we win, everybody can shine. You know what I'm saying? So starting that preseason, I just told everybody, hey, man, we ain't going to worry about no females, no parties, none of that right now. We got to really take this basketball serious. So in practices, it was just so competitive, like dudes arguing and fighting, But we was brothers though, cause we ain't nobody in there wanted to lose. I built the culture to where, bro, we not losing. If you on my team in practice, we not losing. So that translated into like on the court. And these is a lot of these people I knew like growing up and stuff like that. So I say like my first game of my sophomore year, we played in South Carolina, and I had 31 points. That's when I knew like all my hard work is finna pay off. I'm finna get seen on a different stage, you know what I'm saying? And from there on, I got like JUCO Player of the Year, National Player of the Week, and stuff like that. I'm scoring 38.
It's going up.
It's getting crazy for me. You get what I'm saying? I feel like, bro, I was in the shadow. Well, I ain't gonna say in the shadows, but I feel like I never got enough credit of all the things that I had to go through, from Bradwell getting cut to playing in private school to playing at JUCO.
Talking trash about the private school league.
You get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm like, bro, I know I can hoop, but you can't ignore the noise sometimes. People gonna talk all the time regardless. But I always had it in my heart like, yo, I could hoop with the best of them. And at the East, that's when it really took off. Like I was getting letters from so many like low majors at the beginning because I was averaging like 24 points a game. So Coach Bailey started to like call me to his office, and I was getting letters from like Texas Southern, Savannah State. It was so many schools at the time. Jacksonville University, Oral Roberts. It was a lot of schools. You get what I'm saying? But then big name schools started to come in. That's when Tennessee, Georgia, who else? Texas A&M. I had a list on social media about it. But my life was getting crazy, bro. Because I went from like, I felt like I was just underrated, but it made me hungry, so I liked the way, like the position I was in, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up winning the national championship. I mean, not the national championship, the state championship in JUCO, and we got invited to the national tournament. And we made it to the Elite Eight, and it was crazy, bro. It was crazy how all that panned out. And not only me, like my other friends, my teammates, they had success as well. I think that sophomore class, everybody went to college afterwards. But I feel like East Georgia, man, it was a great time. Coach Bailey, he believed in me, man. Junior college All-American, like I know a lot of people, but it's only 12 people that get junior college All-American in the country.
Not too many.
You get what I'm saying? So,
because you got so many junior colleges, and it's only so many people that's gonna get selected.
Exactly, and I felt like that was the first time, like, bro, I could feel like, all right, bro, you can really like reflect, like your hard work really pays off. You know what I'm saying? So me getting JUCO All-American, that was something big for me. Winning that state championship with my friends that I grew up with, that was real big for me too. So it was like, East Georgia was probably like the best time of my life. Like getting schools calling me 24/7. I feel like I was in a great space.
And just like, you know, when I was talking to with Freddie, both of y'all went JUCO. And a lot of kids, like the kids that came behind y'all, the generation that came behind y'all, they don't really understand that JUCO can really launch pay. I seen kids like they'd rather go to a D2 or a D3 and play on the JV team at that school. Because you know those schools have JV. Then go to a JUCO. And like I don't understand that. So I mean, just you know, I like the fact that you just touched on how much JUCO, you know what I'm saying, transformed your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of kids need to understand that. So my next question is, what made you select Tennessee Tech?
That's a question a lot of people ask. Man. I ain't gonna even lie. Really, it was a recruiting process. You know what I'm saying? Recruiters' jobs is to get players to go there. You know what I'm saying? That's their number one job. Regardless of what they tell you or whatever they say, is to, I ain't gonna say bribe you,
but persuade you though.
Yeah, persuade you for sure. So I had a lot of schools calling me, man, and I was playing a waiting game. Ole Miss was actually in the gym with me at East Georgia. My mom had came down. They had flew down to East Georgia, whatever, and I forgot. It was a dude they had. It was a real good shooter there, but they had a iPad, and they was having like a video little slideshow on there, and they was showing my mom like, yo, Jordan could come here and do this. So I had Ole Miss, but I was playing a waiting game. Tennessee was calling me, like I said. It was a lot of schools, and at the time, I really didn't have I didn't really have nobody I could reach out to about that recruitment, because it was crazy. I was on a high horse. Like Oklahoma State would write me a letter, so I'm like, yo, bro, my life is getting crazy. But I was playing the waiting game, thinking like, eventually I'm gonna sign somewhere big. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of me waiting too long, that probably played a huge part in it. But with Tennessee, it was a guy named Antonio Barton. He played at University of Memphis, and he was going to transfer to another school, but he ended up going to Tennessee. So that's when they had to pick and choose. Yeah. But they went with experience over that. He was already playing Division I versus me coming from JUCO.
He transferred.
Yeah, so he already got that experience. So they kind of like filled their shoes with him. And with Ole Miss, I just waited too long. Like I wasn't the only person that they was recruiting. You know what I'm saying?
As usual. That's how they
You know what I'm saying? So and I didn't really know that. I'm thinking like, yo, they really into me. You feel me? But Tennessee Tech, it was a guy who was recruiting me. Like I had a female there. He used to send me and my girl money so I could take her out to eat. He used to talk to my mom a lot. I had flew to Nashville to Tennessee State, and the guy that was recruiting me from Tennessee Tech, he was in Hinesville here with my mom. Like, bro, was buttering my mom up. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we need Jordan. We want Jordan so bad. If he put up the same numbers he put up here at East Georgia, he can do that at Tennessee Tech. This, that, and the third. So I'm feeling like I can really trust this dude. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing the extreme. Like, him and my girlfriend knew each other. He got cool with my girlfriend. Yeah, Jordan should come to Tennessee Tech. And I felt like genuinely at heart at the time, he was somebody that I'm cool with. Like, yo, I have genuine, like, feel like, yo, bro, I could tell him, like, hey, bro, I'm shooting a rock. If they find me at Tennessee Tech, I can, you know what I'm saying, do this, that, and the third. But he was looking out for me, paying my phone bill here and there. So I'm like, yo, this dude really cool. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the recruiters, he was the one that really got 10 toes down and was really, like, trying to know me as a person. So I ended up committing to there super late, like in the summer. And I felt like it could have went either way for me. It could have went real bad or it could have went real good at Tennessee Tech. But I was blessed to even sign a Division I scholarship because when I was, like I'm saying, my whole journey, it was like, if you went Division I, you was legendary. Because you had to go through the ropes. It wasn't going to be easy coming from Hinesville playing Division I. So I always thought, bro, I'm going D1. That used to be a phrase like when we was younger, like you going D1. That was like you reached the top. You know what I'm saying? So they offered me the scholarship. It was other schools that offered me, but I wasn't really interested at the time. But Tennessee Tech, they really sold me. They did their job, man, and I learned a lot there. But it could have panned out differently.
Because I was wondering when you said Tennessee, like, man, what if you and Jordan McCray and Jordan Johnson?
Yeah, and what was crazy is like they had called me one time in Schumann, and Mac was in there on the phone with him. Like he was telling him, like, yeah, Bird to guard him 94 feet, he can shoot. But yeah, that would have been crazy. Even though like now we might hoop in the open gym and stuff like that. But yeah, me and Mac on team, that would have been tough for sure though. That would have been
I know y'all
tough.
matched up one time. I actually caught that game because everybody was talking about it. It was like, man, Jordan Johnson and Jordan McCray playing. I was like, what you mean? Because I had never really seen you play. I mean, I can honestly say that I never seen you play. I had always heard about you. And I just from different people, from Ernie and how can I say his name? David, all those guys about how good you were. You know what I'm saying? And then other programs, of course, in the area vouching for that as well. So I was like, dang, how I missed him? You know what I'm saying? Because I always seem to know everybody. I was like, maybe I see you when you was young, didn't know you, and then you grew up or whatever. I don't know. But that's the thing. I was focused on coaching at that time, my son. So I was missing everything. You know what I'm saying? I was missing everything. So by the time I got back with the high school ranks and stuff, now you in college and you did all these great stuff, and now you about to match up with Jordan McCray. And I said, man, let me check it out, man. I checked it out, and I was thoroughly impressed, man. Because I'm like, dang, man, this dude dog. I mean, nothing against Jordan. Jordan, my boy. But you was kind of, I could tell you had a chip.
I always had hunger. You know what I'm saying? And the night before we played, J-Mac, me and Mac, we was cool at the time. Like, I had called him, and I was like, yeah, we in Knoxville. He was like, yeah, pull up to his spot or whatever. We was actually watching Kentucky play the night before that. We was talking about, we never talked about how the game was going to play out when we played the next day. But me and Mac, we ended up chilling, and the next day, it was game day. And you know what I'm saying, just me being competitive. At Tennessee Tech, it was ups and downs, but I know it was a big game. Just to play against Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? That's an SEC school regardless, you know what I'm saying? That's just a big game for us. And I just got in there, man. I just felt like I belonged there. When I got on the court, like my first shot, it came to me within like 30 seconds. We ran a play. Our point guard drove baseline, and I came right up to the wing, and I just shot it. And it was just everything was in motion. And I scored like 15 points in the first half. But and what was crazy to me, bro, I felt like I really, like, that's something that I could have did on the reg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just so tough finding the ropes at Tennessee Tech. But that game right there, it was big for me. Not only that, I played against J-Mac growing up. We was always cool growing up. So, like, that's just another story that I can tell. We grew up together and we played on TV. Everybody in Hinesville got to see that game.
Yeah,
so,
everybody saw it.
yeah, so that game right there, it'll always be a classic. Seeing two people from Hinesville that grew up playing on TV, man, it was special to me, for real.
Yeah, that's what's up. So how many leagues have you played in? I know you played in South America where you was an MVP.
Yeah, that was crazy too. And one of my homies that I played with at East Georgia, he ended up coming out there named DJ. He ended up going out there with me too. But I played in like 4 leagues over there. I had a good run. I had a real good run over there. Just making a name and just traveling the world and stuff like that.
That's good.
They treated you the right way over there, you know what I'm saying? But it can be different. And I think my story, as far as like my experiences overseas, it wasn't always easy for me though. Because when I was coming out of Tennessee Tech, usually you have agents calling you once you graduate your senior year. You have agents calling you to like help you sign a deal. With me, that was kind of hard for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have the best numbers coming from a mid-major as far as Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
But depending on where you at, man, it could be, you could live in dangerous countries. You can live where they might not pay you as much. You get what I'm saying? So my experience it was up and down over there. And the first few years was kind of cool because I was just learning the ropes. I kind of accepted any type of money, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up winning a championship in a great city over there. I got a lot of respect over there. I still got a lot of respect. But my run overseas, it was cool. Ecuador was straight. I played in Chile. I played with a guy named Darrell Summers. He played in the NBA, NBA G League and stuff. He played at Michigan State as well. After I won my championship in Ecuador, we went to Chile. And they had won the championship the year before that. So they expected us Americans to come in there and really dominate, you know what I'm saying? And we was trying to get acclimated a little bit. I'll say probably like 6 games in. I was playing good, but I never really got to really play my best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's different over there. I ain't gonna say it's a cakewalk. Overseas ain't a cakewalk. Especially in Chile, it was a lot different from other countries that I played in. But I ended up playing over there for probably like 3 months, and then if you're not really hooping the way they want you to hoop, they will fill your shoes with somebody else. And that happened to me in probably like 2017. So that was probably the roughest patch when I had like going overseas. It was fun. I won championships over there, MVPs and stuff like that. But I feel like I was trying to like keep proving myself over there, and I wasn't really going nowhere. I wanted to make money.
Yeah.
I've made more money working this year than I did all my years when I was playing basketball. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I gotta balance out. I'm getting older. Do I want to give me a job and be financially stable? I can come home and move how I want to move, do what I want to do, or I could keep hooping. But when I come home, I can't even really buy what I want to buy. You get what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to fake it on social media either, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, people can post pictures that they playing overseas. You could be 35, 34 years old, you playing overseas, but you come home, bro, you ain't even got enough money.
The money different.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't really live how you want to live.
Yeah.
So me, I had to ask myself, like, do I want to keep kind of like trying to climb this ladder even though I'm getting older? Or do I want to like use my degree and give me a job to where I could really like say, you know what, I had a great run playing basketball, but I want to be able to do what I want to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
So that's your journey.
Yeah, that's part of my story. You know what I'm saying? And I had a great run over there though, but it kind of like dwindled down a little bit because like you wanna be comfortable where you at overseas. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to get the money that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? And while you growing up, you getting older. I was like 26, 27. I'm thinking like, damn, bro, I'm winning MVP, and I ain't really getting the bread that I want to really get.
Yeah.
So I gotta like You know what I'm saying?
You gotta make a decision.
Exactly. So yeah, that's how some of that went over there though. But it was a great time.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
That's cool. You know, I think a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like the kids in areas that you come from, that everybody comes from, they don't always get, like, you know what I'm saying, they see the hard work, they see the success.
Yeah.
More than anything. They see you, you know what I'm saying, what all you did coming up, they hear about it, and they see you in the gym, and you know, they still see, you know what I'm saying, what you could do and stuff like that, and you know, they don't realize that, you know, it's a journey.
Yeah,
you know
it is.
You gotta love it.
You got to, man.
You gotta love it, man. So, you know, when you went overseas and you did that, and then you came back home, you ever had any aspirations of coaching?
Yeah, even like even when I came back, like, don't get me wrong, I still would want to hoop. If I got the opportunity to be able to provide for myself and my family, I would definitely still go hoop. You know what I'm saying? But growing up and being mature, having a strong mind, like, people ask me that all the time, like, bro, why you don't go hoop? Like, bro, like, if I was getting the bread to go hoop, the right amount of money, I'd go hoop, but I can't go over there playing for peanuts no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting older. But when I did come back, I actually coached for the rec one time. And like, all of my coaches, like I said, I was a disciple to my coaches. I was like a sponge. Everything that they said, I was really like the first one in line, really listening to what they said. So me personally, I feel like I got a basketball mind. Like, my intellect, I know how to read players, read plays and stuff like that. So coaching was always something that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like teaching my homies the game or telling them how I look at stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I did end up coming back. I actually coached the rec. That was 2020. I coached the rec, 11 and 12, and I really enjoyed that. I really had fun, like, teaching the young kids what somebody should have told me when I was young. We ended up winning the championship too.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Yeah. So yeah, that was big for me. Coaching is something I might try to look into for real.
Yeah, but right now you just maintain it.
Yeah, right now, I got a good job over where I'm at in Riceville and Kimtall, but yeah, if I can get my hands in like the right place as far as coaching, man, I definitely believe like I can have a journey as far as being a coach. Like, the game of basketball, like, even now, I still itch to hoop. I'm in a group chat where people say like, yo, we about to go to the gym. I still be like, yo, bro, I gotta go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I grew up playing basketball my whole life.
Yeah, it's
it's like it's hard for me to leave, like, to just completely
so
go.
Basically, so you still working out just in case, you know what I'm saying, that you probably could.
Like if somebody called me and they said I had a month to get ready, I would really lock in. But like right now, I still go to the gym, I still hoop and stuff like that on the regular, just because I like the game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, coaching would definitely be something I would look into. But I'm always, now that I'm getting older, like, the dream was to make it to the NBA. But I had my run. I had all the clout. I had all the social media fame. Like, even though I never really cared about it, it's like I've had my journey with basketball in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And now that I feel like I'm at a spot where I can give my game back to younger kids. That's probably the main thing that I really care about now. You know
that's what I was gonna allude to next. Like, you know what I'm saying? What advice would you give a young player right now? Just seeing the young players that you've seen in this area.
Yeah.
What advice would you give these guys from this area?
I would tell, if I could get some real advice, I would tell them young kids to like always just be inspired and to chase their dream. Like, me growing up, like, I heard a phrase, dream chasing. That was a phrase, somehow it just stuck with me when I was probably like in 8th grade, like, dream chasing.
Yeah.
I would tell kids like to stay humble, man, and to really always lock in into your grind, and don't be manipulated by people, and don't let people like words destroy you. Like, cause you might look up to somebody and they might say like, yo, you ain't this, or you ain't gonna never be that. Like, I would tell them young kids, man, stay encouraged, man, and stay around the right people, because like in this lifetime, you got a lot of people that can steer you away. Like, I use my brother as an older example, like, older brother as an example, like, stay locked in, you know what I'm saying? Because if you chasing your dream and you really want it bad enough, you stay in the gym, you stay around the right crowd, that'll get you farther. Even if you don't make it to the big screen, you wouldn't be trapped into a situation to where you like, damn, bro, I should have did this. So I will always motivate kids to like, even when I was hooping, dream chasing, like be a dream chaser, bro. Because even if you don't make it, like one of my homies Trey that I grew up with, he got a great job in Miami. He might make 100,000, but we could have got in trouble way when we was like in high school. We could have been in jail for a long time. You never know how stuff can pan out. So I would just tell younger kids, man, like stay around the right crowd, man. Stay motivated and just believe in yourself, bro, and just stay humble. Like that was just part of my route to just stay down and just hoop. You know what I'm saying? And always be real with yourself. In every situation, I just was real with myself. I never doubted myself, but I just took it head on, bro. Whether if it was a bad situation, I feel like I'm gonna get out of it. Stay motivated. I'm a dream chaser. My dream was always to make my mom proud at the end of the day. And my mom, she always pushed me. Like she always wanted me to do good. You know what I'm saying? She always like let me be who I am. But my dream was to like make my mom happy at the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. So hey man, for my hoop heads out there, let them know how they can follow you and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Get to know you on social media and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I mean, follow me on Twitter, J_Smooth0. I really don't even be on social media like how I used to, because I feel like now that I'm older, I'm kind of like locked in. And as you get older, you might, well, me personally, I feel like I don't really need validation from people no more.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm cool with the people that I'm around and how my lifestyle is. But I still interact with people on social media all the time. But other than that, I just be chilling, man. If you see me around, you see me. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, man, we're gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate you
Sir,
coming
man.
on, man.
Sure,
Telling your
man.
story, man.
I need
This
that,
is
man.
our third edition of our sports segment on MicCheckM.I.A, so I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna boost y'all views up, man. Trust me, man. When I put this out to the world, man, y'all really gonna skyrocket right here.
Okay,
So,
I mean that's what we want, man. Like I said, man, I just I was always kind of intrigued with you. Didn't really know you.
Yeah.
Just wanted to kind of get you on the show, talk to you about some things, man. You've been a successful guy in the area, man, and continue to be a successful guy.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, level-headed, got your head right, a good head on your shoulders, as we can see, man. So I mean, I feel like that imprint is just as important, if not more, than somebody who made it to the NBA or something.
Yeah.
Because you can give back in, you know what I'm saying, in a more personal way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Oh yeah.
Sure, man.
So this is MicCheckM.I.A, man. Like I said, like and subscribe, leave us a comment, man. You know, share. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what you thought of the interview with Jordan today, or what we should do different, how I should be different, whatever, man. And we out, bro.
All right, yo.
Peace.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate that.